Are you a senior looking to buy a home? Well, the truth is, buying a home at this stage of your life is much different than at other times. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the 6 things that every senior should consider when searching for a home. Hi, my name is Casey and I'm a local realtor. And I live in one of the 55 and older communities here in Corona. And I specialize in the senior communities of Trilogy, Glen Ivy, and the community of Terramor. But I also help buyers and sellers all across Southern California. So if you have any real estate questions, just reach out and let me know. All of my contact information is in the description below. And I'd love to talk to you and see if there's anything I can do to help. Okay, so let's get started. If you're a senior and you're searching for a home, you'll definitely be looking from a different perspective. Searching for a home as a senior is much different than other stages of your life. So let's take a look at the 6 things that every senior should consider when shopping for a home. Number 1, location. When choosing a new home, location really is one of the most important factors to consider. And this is especially true for seniors. In the past, it was common for people approaching retirement to sell their large family home and downsize to a smaller one. People simply didn't need their large family homes anymore. And moving to a smaller one meant less maintenance too. Plus, it allowed them to stay close to family and friends. But recently this trend is changing, especially here in California. Now it's very common to see people sell their home and move out of state. Most of these people are looking to cash in on the large amounts of equity that they've built up. And they take this money and move to other parts of the country where homes are much more affordable. And we see this happening over and over again. So if you're a senior looking to retire, location is going to be one of the biggest decisions you'll have to make. And this can be a really tough one. For a lot of people, it comes down to finances. There are much cheaper places to live than here in California. But it's not always about money. There are things to consider like the weather, your lifestyle, and proximity to healthcare, restaurants, shopping, and the activities that you enjoy. But I found that the biggest thing that affects people's decision on where they want to live is their family. Many people, and my wife and I included, have made a decision to stay here in California to be closer to our adult kids and to our grandkids. If we were to sell and move out of state, we would definitely be in a much better financial position. But we also know that we'd only see our kids and grandkids once or twice a year. So for us, buying a home here in Corona was a great option. But if you're a senior thinking about buying a home, you'll definitely want to give location some serious thought and make sure the location of your home fits in with your needs, your lifestyle, and is near the people that you want to spend time with. Number 2, budget. Now, once you've decided on a location, determining your budget is probably the next most important thing to consider. You need to take a serious look at your total financial picture to determine how much you're comfortable spending on a home. Some seniors like to pay cash for their home. This gives them more money for everyday expenses. But with the high cost of homes here in California, it can be challenging. And some people like to purchase a home with a mortgage because of the tax benefit, which is fine too. But keep in mind that most people have a fixed budget while in retirement. So you need to factor in additional expenses that come with owning a home. Things like property taxes, homeowners insurance, utility expenses, and maintenance costs. And if you decide on a retirement community, don't forget about your HOA fee. So review these numbers and decide on an amount that you feel comfortable with, and then stick to your budget. Number 3, the size of your home. The next thing you'll want to consider is the actual size of the home that you'll need. Downsizing isn't always a bad thing, but you will need to determine what size home will work best for your needs. Now, many seniors simply don't need 3, 4, or 5 bedrooms anymore. So most homes in retirement communities are just 2 bedrooms. But if you need more bedrooms, that's okay too. Many seniors will be caring for an aging parent at some point, and some want extra bedrooms for visitors like kids and grandkids, and others really need a home office. You'll just want to figure out what size home you'll need so you can begin your home search. Number 4, the condition of the home. Now this is important for all home buyers, but especially for seniors. A lot of seniors just aren't able to make repairs or improvements like they did when they were younger, so they end up having to hire someone to do the work. So one of the most important things you can do when you buy a home is to conduct a thorough home inspection. Now, in my opinion, it's a huge mistake if you skip this step, even if you're buying a brand new construction home. A good home inspector will go through and check all of the main systems within the home. And this includes electrical, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. They also check the roof and the foundation too. But it's important to make sure that all of the systems are working properly. And it's a good idea to find out the age of the items within the home too. Appliances, air conditioners, and roofs all wear out, and the cost to replace them can be expensive. But what's even worse is an issue with the home's foundation. This could cost you a fortune to repair. So if you're buying a home, do your homework and have it checked out before making a final decision. Number 5, your wants versus your needs. I always recommend that buyers make a list of their wants and their needs before starting their home search. I talked earlier about the size of the home, and that's important, but now it's time to dig a little deeper. What items are really important to you? Do you want a 3-car garage, or is a standard 2-car garage okay? What about a yard? Do you need a large yard for pets, or would you prefer a small, low-maintenance yard? How about the amenities? Would you like access to a swimming pool, a gym, or a place for social gatherings? Or would you prefer a home in a more private setting? Sit down and picture how you plan to spend your time in retirement, and then make a list of your must-have items. This list will really help narrow down your home search and will help you find just the right home. And number 6, future value. It is important to think about the future value of the home that you're thinking about buying. No one wants to buy a home and have it end up dropping in value. All of us want to make good financial decisions, but especially when it comes to buying a home. So take the time and do some research. You can review the sales numbers for the local real estate market where you're considering purchasing a home. This will help you determine the potential appreciation for that home. And you'll want to check out any upcoming developments or changes that are planned for that community. And if you're considering buying into an HOA community, you'll want to make sure the HOA has strong financial reserves. A properly managed community will have plenty of money on hand for maintenance and improvements. Now, making a decision to buy a home can be very stressful, and we all know it's a big financial investment too. So it's important to take your time and do your research. But if you're a senior looking to make a move, these 6 things will definitely help you make the right decision. And if your research leads you to the city of Corona and the 55 and older communities of Trilogy, Glen Ivy, and Terramor, then I'd love to help. If you have any questions about these communities, let's have a conversation and see if there's anything I can do to help.